I'm Phil, and today I'm going to create the electronic instruments for my electronics laboratory, starting off with a DDS unit, and that stands for Digital Synthesizer. Let's have a look at the unit itself. It comes from M5 Stack, and it's let's have direct digital synthesis, and it has a microcontroller, STM32, and it has another chip that does all the waveform generation. So this is what you get in the kit, and you can connect it on the I2C bus to another M5 stack computer, like the core computer. And this is what it looks like. The cost-wise, we're talking around about $28.50 US. And the applications, I only want it for frequency generation, waveform generation. And I'm going to generate sine waves, square waves, sawtooth waves, and triangular waves for my electronic circuits when I design them and test them. Some of the other applications seem to be a little bit more exotic, but basically it'd be very good in STEM education. So we could add that as one of the applications. Hardware-wise, the specifications for it, well, we're generating different types of waves, and it also has a DC output. So if you want signal generator amplitude, it's from 0 to 0.6 volts, although I can't find how to adjust that. But you can adjust the frequency range up to about 1 megahertz, and the resolution for that on the waveform generator, there's 18 bits, and you can also adjust the phase. So we might go across and have a look at my commissioning project. So this is the project, DDS1, and this is what it looks like on my desktop. So I've got an oscilloscope. The basic unit is on the bottom left, and it's generating signals, and you select those signals with the core computer. So we can see the LCD or the core computer on the top left, and when we select mode, we select the waveform, and at the moment we're generating a sine wave. We can change the frequency by pressing button B, and we can also change the phase by pressing button C. And some of the other waveforms that we can get include our triangular and square wave. So let's have a look at the objective. What we are trying to do is make a digital signal generator, and we're going to select the waveform to be sine, square, or sawtooth. We could also add triangular here, and we can select the frequency and phase. We're going to display those parameters on the computer's LCD, and we're going to explore what the waveform looks like on a small portable oscilloscope. So hardware, we're going to use from M5 Stack, a core computer, and the unit will be the DDS. And for our oscilloscope, we're going to use a small portable oscilloscope that has a sampling rate of 48 megasamples a second. Okay, so which easily covers the range of the waveform that we're interested in. For the software on our core computer, we're going to use UI Flow 1. I couldn't get UI Flow 2 to work, and I'm painting the screen of the computer. We're going to show the mode, the frequency, and the phase. And on the bottom, we're going to select the mode, frequency, and phase with the buttons on the bottom. Code-wise, well, we might reduce that so we can see it all. Okay, so in setup, we set the mode, frequency, and phase, and then we initialize the DDS unit. And the rest of it, there's no loop, only 3 event. And those events are selected when you press button A, B, and C. So if you select button A, we're changing the mode, and then we show the on label 1 which waveform we have selected. Then we just set that up on the DDS unit. If we go to B, we just simply change the frequency and show that frequency on label 3. And when we press button C, we then go into changing the phase. And that's our software, quite simple. We can expand on that to make the frequency selection perhaps a little bit easier by using an encoder sensor. And so there's plenty of options for extending this. So we were able to select frequencies, waveforms, and phase, and display those on our LCD and oscilloscope. And we might have a look at the references before we have a look at a desktop demonstration. So we'll move up, have a look at so if you're interested in this, go to the shop at M5 Stack. Okay, so there's the DDS unit, and the description, the product, the specifications, and the wiki are all available on the M5 Stack website. Okay, so if we're interested in having a look at the oscilloscope, and here we are. This is the 3-in-1 digital oscilloscope. Stay tuned and I'll give you a desktop demonstration. Here we have our miniature electronics lab, and on the left we have a M5 Stack core computer, and it's on top of a programmable power supply. But at the moment, connected to the I2C bus, or port A, we have a DS unit, which is generating signals. So at the moment, we're generating a sine wave, and we can press the button and change that. So we get a sine wave on our oscilloscope, and if we want a different wave pattern, we just change the selection. We can also change the frequency. So we're going up in frequency, and we'll get a square wave now. And our oscilloscope is giving us the measurements from our signal generator.